You ever get that feeling that the universe is just bored? Like it's sitting there in its threadbare sweatpants, eating stale popcorn, waiting to see if you'll finally do something interesting? Yeah. Me too. I'm currently locked in a cell that smells like melted plastic, and something I'm really hoping used to be soup. The lights flicker just enough to be annoying, but not enough to die properly. Like the ship. Like me. Not sure what they want with a death worlder. Humans usually get left alone. Something about our biology being inconvenient, our psychology being worse, and our tendency to go from hello to cultural domination via snack food and sarcasm in under a month. So yay whoever put me in here either has a really weird plan or no idea what they've caught. Now, before you get the wrong idea, I'm not here because I lost a fight. I'm here because I was technically in the wrong docking bay, holding a highly illegal frequency disruptor, at the exact moment a certain ambassador's ship exploded. Timing, I know. But let's not dwell. Anyway, I've been classified as Uncooperative Lifeform number 7, which I guess makes me special. Or at least irritating enough to keep separate from the rest of the meatbags. Except they stuck me with this guy. Or girl. Or blob. I'm not gonna ask. It's rude. It's about the size of a beanbag chair and pulsates when it's excited, which is more often than I'm comfortable with. Doesn't talk not in a way I can translate, but it thinks real loud. Projects weird glowy visions straight into my brain. Waterfalls. Bioluminescent forests. Giant birds doing interpretive dance. I think it's trying to bond. I've named them Kevin. Kevin just showed me a memory of what I hope was a traditional greeting, and not a threat display. Either way, I gave a thumbs up and said, "Same to you, buddy." He blinked, then turned blue. I assume that means joy. Or impending gas release. No guards have come by in the last 7 hours. Which, sure, means they've either forgotten us, or they're hoping one of us eats the other. Jokes on them Kevin's too slimy to grill, and I'm mostly sarcasm and scar tissue. So now, I wait. I threw a bolt at the wall just to see if anyone's watching. Kevin's size and colours I didn't know existed. And me? I sit back, stretch my arms, and whisper. The containment field around Kevin flickers again. Longer this time. Long enough to show the thin strands of something webbed through him. Restraining.
This audio was created with podcastle.ai.
Thin strands of something webbed through him. Restraining, tethering, holding him in blob state like decorative jelly. Well, that's just rude, I mutter, standing up and inspecting the emitter nodes. They're barely holding charge. The ship shudders, like something just booted up that hadn't moved in years. A crackle over the internal comms.
Knock knock. Anyone home?
That voice. I grin. Guess we're not as abandoned as I thought, Kev. He pulses with anxiety. Flashes of stormlight, vertigo, and inquisitive fear. I crouch next to him, trying to radiate calm. That's a friend, I say. Probably. Definitely. 90-ish%. The ship's AI, if you can really call a burnt-out toaster an intelligence, chimes in over the speaker.
Unknown vessel. Be advised. This ship contains 2 of the galaxy's most dangerous, uncooperative life forms. Any attempt to disable or board this vessel will result in full reactor detonation. This action is final.
I blink. 2, huh? That'd be me and you, Go Blob. Congrats. You're infamous. A second voice cuts in, sharp and smug.
Yeah, That's my captain. No idea who the other nightmare is, but I guess I'll take them both.
Yara. Definitely Yara. The ship lurches as it fires. Kevin spasms, panicked bursts of colour. He doesn't know that voice. Doesn't know what's going on. Hold on, Kev, I say. I've got a stupid idea. I've been tracking the flicker pattern for hours. The field dips a second after each weapon's blast, probably because they're drawing power from the same grid. I position myself near the emitter coils. When I say now, stretch, or glow, or explode, flash, pop. Something hisses and arcs. The stink of ozone and something distinctly marine. One into each containment nodule. Kevin vanishes. Arse, I mutter. Really hope he reverted and didn't explode. The cells quiet again. The lights still flicker. But the bolt I threw? It loosened the panel next to the door. This cell was built for something with claws and no imagination. Not a human with bendy wrists and bad intentions. I jimmy the panel open, hotwire the lock with some of Kevin's leftover slime residue, which is weirdly conductive, and step out. Freedom, I whisper. Smells like old coolant and regret. The command deck is empty. No crew. No guards. Just a rattling terminal and the stale hum of a failing AI loop. I try the manual interface. It spits static and condescension. Then the console shimmers. Kevin's glow leaks from the cracks, curling over the controls like phosphorescent ivy. The screen lights up, and the AI speaks again, but this time in Kevin's voice. He's hijacked it, translating thoughts to speech.
Connection established,
The voice says.
patching through.
Yara's face appears scarred, calm, mildly annoyed.
Miss me?
You took Cell's shuttle, I reply.
And saved your ass. You're welcome.
She fills me in. Kevin's diplomatic misfire? Not an accident. He was...
This audio was created with podcastle.ai.
Misfire? Not an accident. He was supposed to be escorted to meet the head of state for cultural exchange. But some shadowy collective rerouted him here. Quiet disposal. Out of sight, out of mind. Same for me. A human from a death world? Apparently. What we do with the ship now? Up to us. Contacts caught the whiff of it and sent her after us. We salvage what's useful data cores, nav logs, Kevin's containment specs. Then we leave the ship drifting. No trace. No proof. Kevin, newly reassembled and no longer flickering, chooses to complete his original mission. He wants to learn, apologize, understand. Because of course he does. He's ridiculous like that. Yara and I, we'd got errands. And a shuttle to return. As we break orbit, I glance over at Kevin. You scared an entire government into building a ghost prison. He flickers blue-green, shy and proud. I grin. Still not the weirdest friend I've made. We left the prison. Kevin shimmered beside me in the shuttle, pulsing with soft relief. Not quite joy. Not yet. But something close. You sure you want to do this? I asked. Diplomatic apologies sound like a lot of bowing and not enough sarcasm. He responded with a memory of swirling water and gentle pressure, his version of a nod. Yara, lounging in the co-pilot seat with her boots on the dash.
So, we drop the girl blob off with the politicians and pretend this whole mess never happened?
We mark it ongoing disaster, temporarily contained, I said. I glanced around the sleek little shuttle and winced.
We are going to have to return it.
she said sweetly.
Eventually. Preferably before Cell notices it's missing and sets fire to our airlocks.
You took this one? I groaned. With the fuzzy dice and the gold-trimmed seat belts? He's going to implode.
Well, he shouldn't leave it popped unlocked with a full tank and synced weapons.
Yara shrugged.
Honestly, it's entrapment.
Kevin chirped in agreement. I sighed. Okay. We drop off the glow blob, dodge an angry pilot, and then maybe find somewhere quiet to not get shot at for 5 minutes.
Got a lead. Old contact says there's movement in a backwater system. Shadow ops. Disappearances. Smells like the same people who boxed up Kevin.
So, no rest. No quiet. Just consequences. I slid into the pilot's seat and fired up the engines. Behind us, Kevin drifted toward the diplomat's world. Ahead of us, trouble waited. We were getting good at finding it.
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai